This is the dawning of the age of Aurora. Aurora, the P&O superliner, has set cruising on an exhilarating course into the 21st century. Her passengers will find an immensely sophisticated ship, stylish, indulgent, and chic. She's very much of her times, entirely in tune with the contemporary tastes and lifestyles. She owes nothing more to tradition than her unmistakable maritime pedigree and the ceaseless pursuit of quality, service, and excellence. But see for yourself as we take a deck-by-deck tour of this sensational world-class superliner. To begin at the beginning, where the passenger's experience of Aurora begins. We're on deck 5 at the entrance to the ship. Here ends the stress of shore life. Here begins the elixir of cruising. First impressions say it all. Clean, contemporary style, cappuccino colors, warm lighting, creamy marble. It's all unmistakably 21st century. Yet behind it are the strong angles of some bold neoclassical architecture. It's the perfect motif for Aurora, the ultra-modern founded on the proven principles of the past. This, in effect, is the ship's foyer. The reception desk, open 24 hours, operates like a hotel's reception. It's information center, post office, and also where you'll settle your onboard accounts at the end of the cruise. Nearly everything you buy on the ship you sign for. While the reception staff will still cash personal and travelers' checks, currency exchange has been automated. These machines convert any sterling banknote into the appropriate currencies for your ports of call. Reception is at the foot of the grand staircase and of the classic atrium which rises through 4 decks. It's dominated by the imposing waterfall and its giant sculpture. Let's go up a deck now to deck 6, Aurora deck. The 2 main restaurants are at this level, as well as some of Aurora's shops. The Emporium is your local shop, where you'll find day-to-day items like toiletries, paperbacks, batteries and the like, the things you could run out of. Piccadilly stocks a wide range of goods from cameras, radios and electronic gizmos to sunglasses, t-shirts and hats. Lots of the things here would make great gifts for family and friends back home. Explorers is the travel desk. Here you can not only book the organized tours, you can also get the staff to tailor-make a day ashore for you. They'll give you advice about the best places to go, book a hire car for you, even arrange a round of golf. The Medina Restaurant, with another sweeping staircase for anyone wanting to make a grand entrance, has a Moorish look in its shapes and colors. The intricate ceramics were actually made by an artist in Somerset. Places are reserved for dinner, but at breakfast and lunch you can sit where you like. The Medina Restaurant is one of the places on the ship where afternoon tea is served. The Alexandria Restaurant in the stern, whose big galleon windows look out over the ship's wake, has an Egyptian theme. Here too there is a staircase from the deck above. Of course, there is also level access to both restaurants. The menus offer the same outstanding selections in both restaurants. Stupendous starters, like the trio of salmon, a half melon filled with berries, or lobster bisque. Magnificent main courses, such as red snapper with orange pepper corn butter, or tournedos of beef. Or for vegetarians, potato millefeuille of spinach with mushrooms. Among the desserts, brandy and mocha truffle cup and mixed fruit terrine are just 2. In the evenings, there are no less than 6 courses to choose from the dinner menus. This means that you can always be sure of finding some old favorites to tempt you, as well as some new dishes to try. Whatever your choice of food, Aurora's wine cellar will have just the bottle to complement it. There's a lavish selection of wines from the New World and the Old, hand-picked by P&Os experts to satisfy every taste and to enhance every dish. This combination of imaginative cuisine, exquisitely presented and attentively served in such stylish surroundings, creates a real sense of occasion at dinner time. Of course, both breakfast and lunch can be taken in the restaurants too for those who prefer the relaxation of waiter service. Deck 7, the Promenade Deck. This is where most of Aurora's entertainment is concentrated. Bars like Anderson's, the Masquerade nightclub, Champion Sports Bar, the casino and show lounge are all here. So's the Curzon Theatre. If you think the auditorium is something, with its scarlet plush and unobstructed sightlines, you should hear what goes on backstage. It's amazing. The technology rivals anything in theatres ashore. The Curzon has been equipped with the best and latest of everything, which means it's introducing a whole new spectrum of entertainment at sea. The stage itself is vast. It has 2 sections which revolve, state-of-the-art sound and lights, and an orchestra pit which can be raised hydraulically. The shows which can be put on here would be impossible on other ships. Moving aft, we come to Anderson's. Mahogany panelling, richly coloured fabrics, bookcases full of leather-bound volumes. It's all reminiscent of a stately home. In fact, it's easy to imagine that the family acres lie outside, not the world's oceans. That's the effect of a marble fireplace. Bronze horses on the mantelpiece, and an 18th century landscape on the wall. Not to mention the staff on hand to serve you, all of whom you'll quickly come to know personally. That sense of gracious living continues beyond Anderson's, in Charlie's. This quiet corner of black and gold is probably the most opulent part of the ship. There are select French champagnes on this bar list, and a choice of 2 different caviars. Or you could order an ice-cold vodka, but vodka, Charlie, doesn't have quite the same ring to it. Mayfair is the luxury store. The self-indulgence didn't end in Charlie's. In Mayfair, you can treat yourself to top designer brands of perfumes and cosmetics, and with prices free of both tax and duty, save up to 1/3 of what you'd pay at home. You'll find more savings on luxury goods like watches and clothes, all tax-free. Masquerade is Aurora's nightclub, where you can dance to live music. On other nights, it's a disco, purpose-built with a great sound system and up-to-the-minute plasma screens on which you can watch yourself in action on the dance floor. Naturally, Masquerade has its own bar and expert bar staff. This is the place for night owls, whatever the beat. In the corridor outside is the art gallery, where there's a constantly changing exhibition of pictures, all of which are for sale at regular art auctions. You could well pick up an original for a fraction of its gallery price. No one goes to the Monte Carlo casino to save money exactly, but you never know. Luck could be a lady tonight. There are plenty of ways to find out. You could play the tables, blackjack, poker and roulette. Try the new video gaming machines, or simply chance your arm on the slots. Champions is a sports bar. It's where you can take a seat on the touchline, at the ringside, trackside or courtside, and enjoy a drink at the same time. Sports videos are shown whenever the bar is open, and some big sports events are played out live, provided the ship can pick up a satellite signal. At the aft end of the promenade deck is Carmen's Show Lounge. The tango dancer sculptures set the theme of Latin luxury. By day, Carmen's is used for lectures and dance classes. By night, it's the cabaret spot and the nightclub with the biggest dance floor on the ship, the most splendid too. The stage is retractable, and a number of late-night revues have been specially designed to be performed on it. The Cotton Club, evoking the famous Harlem night spot, is just one of them. Naturally, Aurora's promenade deck allows an uninterrupted walk right around the ship. Up again now to Deck 8, Divana Deck. Here there is a mixture of food and entertainment, plus the remarkable facilities for young passengers. They have the aft end pretty well to themselves. Our tour, though, starts in the library, always impressive on P&O ships. Aurora is no exception. Light wood shelving and cherry wood tables set off the collection of hundreds of books, best-selling fiction, biography, travel, and works of reference. It's a tranquil place, so tranquil that some books you don't even have to read for yourself. Settle into one of the listening chairs, slot in a disc, and you can enjoy one of a selection of speaking books or music CDs. In a room leading off the library is the cyber study, where for a small charge you can use a computer for word processing or to consult a CD-ROM. Alternatively, you can go online and access the internet or send your own emails. Raffles Bar is the ultimate coffee and chocolate bar. Not only do they serve 10 different kinds of fresh coffees, like cappuccino, latte or espresso, plus a choice of teas and chocolate, they also offer a selection of 20 specialty coffees, each laced with a different liqueur. And just to complete the experience, there's a wicked display of Belgian chocolates and Swiss truffles, all for you to treat yourself. The pleasures of Vanderbilt's, in contrast, are strictly cerebral. It's a Green Bay's battlefield. This is the card room, scene of bridge tournaments and whist drives. In the evenings, the syndicate quiz teams fight it out with general knowledge. Moving aft, we come to the Playhouse. Imagine your own private cinema with a new movie playing most days, and you have it. The classical music recitals are held here, as well as any illustrated presentations. At the photo gallery, you can buy souvenir pictures of yourself at all the big events on the cruise. They'll be covered by the ship's photographers. And so to one of the most exciting new features on Aurora, Café Bordeaux. Open 24 hours a day, the thoroughly contemporary French-style bistro and bar means no one needs worry about meal times. Early breakfast, late supper, 4 a.m. snack. Café Bordeaux is the answer. The menu changes 4 times throughout the day, moving from items like Eggs Benedict in the morning to Croque Monsieur at 11, rack of lamb in the evening, and soup and sandwiches through the night. The only time you need to book is for dinner. Want to ride a racing bike, be a downhill skier, or save New York from a band of armed terrorists? Intergalactica is an electronic fantasy land kitted out with some of the latest interactive video games. Needless to say, it's quite as popular with adults as with children. Quarterdeck is a clubroom for 10 to 13-year-olds. Some areas of Aurora are designated child-free zones, but the aft end of Deck 8 is exclusively for youngsters, and the ways they are provided for are unparalleled. Decibels is the high-tech disco for 14 to 17-year-olds. It has its own non-alcoholic bar, a video wall and DJ booth. In the chill-out zone, they have TV and computers. Jumping Jacks is for the 6 to 9s. They too have their own computers, besides the more traditional play equipment. At night, supervised slumber parties are held here between 10:30 and 2 in the morning, so parents can have the evening to themselves. Finally, there is the toy box, the playroom for 2 to 5-year-olds. Each age group has its own imaginative program of day-long entertainment and activities. Sports, quizzes, games, drama and circus workshops, karaoke, magic shows, movies, all supervised by the dedicated youth team. And parents don't have to worry about babysitters. While they hit the ship's night spots, children up to the age of 5 can be left in the night nursery in the care of qualified nursery nursing staff until 2 in the morning. Just in case their little ones don't settle, parents are given bleepers so they can be summoned from any part of the ship. The children's play areas extend outside on deck, where there's a paddling pool. Grown-ups are welcome here too. The terrace pool is primarily for families with children under 10, and the terrace bar serves alcohol as well as soft drinks. The jacuzzi is just one more way to relax. Continuing our ascent through the ship, the next 2 decks are devoted to cabins, so let's pause to see something of the huge range of accommodation. Aurora's choice of cabins is unrivaled. More of them than ever have their own balconies, just over 40%. And with the introduction of balconies in the standard twin cabin category on Aurora, the thrill of having a balcony cabin is now much more affordable. But we'll begin at the top, in every sense. The piano penthouse is one of 2 penthouse suites with dramatic views forward from just below the bridge. This one has a baby grand, which, if your playing's a bit rusty, will play itself. The penthouses are the summit of luxury and extend through 2 floors, from living area, upper staircase, to the bedroom. They have 2 balconies, one on each level. But that's not all. Passengers in the penthouse suites have their own butler, in addition to a cabin steward. He will wait at table if you give a private dinner party and take care of all your personal arrangements on board. Passengers in the suites have butlers too. There are 10 suites. They have separate lounges where, in addition to sofa and chairs, there is a dining area and writing desk. As well as 2 TVs, they have video. The bathroom has a jacuzzi, and the balcony goes without saying. The mini-suites have a lounge area and a sleeping area which can be curtained off. Again, there is a balcony. Moving down a grade, the staterooms have separate sitting areas with sofa, chair and table, and of course, a balcony. And here is one of the new cabins, a twin with balcony. As in every cabin, the beds can be converted to a king-size double, but more importantly, these cabins are making the pleasures and the privacy of balcony cabins available to more people than ever. The big picture window identifies this as an outside twin. All the twin cabins have the same furniture and facilities. Finally, an inside twin, which can convert to 4. Shower room and toilet are en suite. A selection of cabins are interconnecting, which is of special value to families. Some things like television are common to every cabin, along with tea and coffee makers. Something else the cabins all have in common is that they're all looked after by their own stewards. They make the beds, clean the rooms, change the linen, provide clean towels. They also deliver room service, and that includes serving breakfast to your balcony. On a sunny morning in mid-ocean, there are few greater pleasures. Here is an experience unique to cruising. We've reached Deck 11, Arcadia Deck, and the Riviera Pool. The smaller of the 2 pools, the Riviera is reserved for adults over 16. It has its own bar. The way the pool sunk into the deck and the banks of sunbathing terraces around it give it the appearance of a man-made lagoon. Weights and Measures is the gym. It's where the aerobic classes are held, but that's a simple bit. It may look intimidating, but it has in fact been scientifically planned to benefit pretty well anyone who ever comes aboard, whatever their age or state of fitness. The equipment is all top of the range and therefore extremely safe. The exercises are also low impact. But everyone's needs are different, and the fitness director will devise a personal fitness program for you based on individual assessment. Onwards and upwards to the Lido Deck, Deck 12. Here you'll find the second main swimming pool, a snack bar, the buffet restaurant, and the health and beauty clinic. Also at this level is the navigation bridge, manned by British officers who almost all joined from other ships in the P&O fleet, and under the command of a British captain, the bridge is as technically advanced as any at sea. Here computers are harnessed to experience. Strategically placed between the 2 swimming pools, the Sidewalk Cafe serves surefire favourites such as burgers, samosas and chicken fingers during the day. Mustard and mayonnaise is on tap, and everything is designed to save you from wasting a moment of precious sunbathing time out on deck. Oasis is the health and beauty spa, linked to the gym by a spiral staircase. The treatments available fill a 10-page booklet. They range from facials to detoxifying body wraps, from pedicures to massages. It's quite possible to spend the best part of a day being pampered in Oasis, followed by a little rest and relaxation in the conservatory-like lounge. There's a sauna and a steam room, and in the hairdressing salon, styling is only the start of it. You can have permanent waves, highlights, and colouring. No wonder they call this a hair studio, and even that doesn't embrace makeup. And so to the crystal pool, and one of Aurora's most spectacular features. The pool itself is magnificent. Set at the foot of the mountainous ochre funnel, it too has its own bar, complete with ice cream dispenser and ever-popular jacuzzis. But above this entire area is a massive sliding roof, the Sky Dome. It's opened when it's warm and sunny, making this whole midships area a sheltered well of open deck. On cruises in cooler latitudes, the Sky Dome closes, and within seconds Aurora has a big indoor heated swimming pool. At night, whatever it's doing outside, Aurora can hold her deck parties under the stars, or at least under the reflection of the jacuzzis. Moving aft, we enter the Orangery, the enormously popular buffet restaurant. Bright colours, big windows, breezy atmosphere, and a terrific choice of hot and cold dishes. This is a part of the ship which owes everything to contemporary living. Passengers who don't want waiter service in the main restaurants choose the Orangery as the quickest and most convenient place on the ship for breakfast and lunch. Dinner too on some nights. If you like, you can take your meals outside in the fresh air. There are few more appealing places on hot sunny days to eat than at the tables round the Pennant Bar. With its timber bar top polished to a mirror finish and its commanding views over the stern, the Pennant Bar is ideally positioned just aft of the Orangery for a drink before, during or after lunch. And so we come to the top of the ship, Deck 13, the Sun Deck. A lot of sun worshipping goes on up here, as the name implies. But this is also where you'll find Aurora's sports ground and a bar with a view. The Crow's Nest, immediately above the bridge, has a 180-degree vista, almost as good a view as the captain's. It's a great place to come when entering or leaving port. For those who like the high ground, it's a great place to come at any time, for morning coffee or for a quiet time with a good book. In the evening, when the sun eases itself into the ocean, it's a favourite place for a drink before dinner, to the accompaniment of a soft singer, one of the times when there's live music here. Behind the bar itself, there's another discreet reminder of Aurora's ancestry, a model of the liner Strathneva. The Himalaya and Uganda rooms, immediately aft of the Crow's Nest, are used for small receptions and private parties. From a small crescent of sun loungers, the sun deck stretches aft in galleries above the two big swimming pools to the sports courts in the stern. There are gentle sports, such as deck quoits, and more physical ones in the big netted court, like the shipboard versions of tennis, cricket and football. There are golf driving nets for real, and 18 holes of golf, which are virtually real. The remarkable golf simulator replicates 32 of the world's most famous championship courses. You can pitch yourself against such challenging courses as Troon or St Andrews, each stroke, from drive to putt, played for real. For a golfer, it's the ultimate fantasy, but Aurora deals in the fantastic. Cruising on Aurora is being waited on 24 hours a day. Having friendly people to help you, and fun people to serve you. It's being in the care of professionals, whatever their role on the ship. Commanding people, conscientious people, joyous people, creative people, people who make life on board ship that little bit more colourful than life on land. On Aurora, those luxuries which only appear on special occasions at home become second nature on board. Aurora is a special occasion. Aurora is a way of life which brings penthouse style to everyone, not just those living in penthouses. In the restaurants, formal and informal, in the bars and lounges, In the detail and the decor, Aurora offers a lifestyle which doesn't exist on shore. Aurora is the newest ship, but her sisters in the P&O fleet are just as distinctive. Classic Oriana, the epitome of modern cruising tradition. Intimate little Victoria, the liner which thinks she's a yacht. And the superliner Arcadia, one of the friendliest ships on the seas. The P&O fleet, incomparable ships for incomparable cruises.